All right, let's try this again. Is this working? Let me know. I'm going to plug it into the wall now. I'm not 100% sure if this microphone is on, so bear with me. Okay, so hey Casey, can you help me out here? Can you hear me from here? Is it any different if I do this or if I'm doing this? Do they both sound the same? Yeah. Audio is the same, so it doesn't look like it's using the microphone, so I really wanted to. Hello. Let's see if I can change the microphone. But do I really want to do that? Because then if I do, then I'm going to break something and then everyone's going to get all mad. So, okay. Hey, everybody. I guess I can turn this off. Wait, if I turn this off, does it sound different? All right, it's off. Can you still hear me? Someone's got to say something eventually. Yep. Okay, cool. So then I got this cool microphone like, hello, and welcome to the Late Show with Caesar. Anyways, how's it going, everybody? So Casey brought to my attention, he is a channel member for forever here, that I haven't done a live in a long time. And then I checked, and the last time I did a live was August of 2022. In my mind, it seemed like it was a lot closer than that since the last time. Hold on, I need a light. It's really dark. Fortunately, the garage has like lights all over the place. Whoa, that's super bright. There we go. Is that better? Okay, I guess it's just better for me. So how's everybody doing? Let's see, we got Casey here. Slot Hit Wonder. Yes, these are all familiar names. Cleaning the Obstacles. Mountain bike channel. If anyone's interested in mountain bikes, he's probably going to got a lot of cool stuff he's going to razz and troll me with today. Chris. Hey, Chris. How's it going? And Riney. Thanks for the tip, by the way, on the... I completely forgot that on a Get motor, when you put the kickstart washer in, it has splines, and you don't want to jack that up on there. How's everybody doing? Anyone got anything cool for today? I did bring Casey and all those, if everyone's remembering, I did bring some iced tea to drink. But I didn't eat anything like I said I would before live streams in the future, because this takes a lot of energy to keep moving forward. All right, so we've been running for about 3.5 minutes. We got 7 people in here, and we got 1 thumbs up so far. Awesome. Casey Lynn, small bore rally. I'm still not 100% sure if I can get the time off to be able to do something like that, because there's another family event that we have planned where I'm going to need to use that vacation on. So I'm not 100% sure. Slot Hit Wonder said, hey, or yeah, I have a cool story. I rode a Ruckus, 7 minutes in, flat tire. Oh, how do you get a flat tire on a Honda Ruckus? It just seems like it's like you can't be going that fast to be able to put a nail through the tire or something like that. So you guys may know, but I have the new, what's it called? This is the new Marketplace Ruckus. If you can tell, I've already lowered the seat and done a couple of things inside of there. So, yeah. Did you pick up the prototype cup holder from the Zuma yet? No, I haven't even been into Galveston. Actually, I was supposed to go to Galveston. This is hurting my neck. There. I'm supposed to go to Galveston and ride with everybody over there, but I just haven't had a chance to be able to go over there because people like cleaning the obstacles is making me stay busy all the time, and I can't get there. But yes, as soon as I get that, it's actually going to probably go on the it's going to go on the Zuma, and I think you said you sent 2, so I'm going to put the other one and try to see if I can retrofit it onto this Ruckus over here, because this Ruckus is going to stay stock. Oh my God, Danny Thor. Haven't seen you in like ages. This is cool. I haven't seen all these people in forever. Genesis Motorcycle God. How many miles do you have on the KP Mini? I traded the KP Mini a long time ago for the Zuma, but I know the person who got it, and that person has about 9,000 something miles on it so far. No maintenance issues on there whatsoever, so that's pretty cool. What was I going to say? See, I totally forgot what I was going to say. But I am considering picking up another KP Mini. Now, that guy that bought traded the Zuma for me, he has 3 of the KP Minis now, and he actually does a lot of racing of Groms with that, which is unfair because that bike was so much faster. Everyone says get a Ring doorbell. Get a Ring doorbell, easy your life. Now all it does is just send me messages like literally all day long. You should do a POV ride on a scooter. So I know that the Insta360 can do live streaming in 360. That would be cool. But I haven't quite figured out or have tried very much to be able to do that yet. Maybe I'll try it, maybe. All right. Wow. We got 12 people in here. We got 3 thumbs up so far. Yes, I have a star on my wrist. I don't know if anyone, and then my birthday, 10/10. Lone Wolf Ninja. Oh, you said something up earlier. Your video is coming in perfect, and your audio is on point. Good. Well, I'm using a Surface Pro 6 on this one, so I was hoping the iPad would work because then I wouldn't have to do this whole like plug it into the wall. I could just use a battery, and then I was going to use my wireless mic setup. But since I did incredibly poor now, I did not set up. I didn't test anything before I actually used it and thought it would just work right away. Anthony T. Hey, finally caught you live. Yes, here I am. Like I saying to other people before, if you just got here, I haven't done a live stream since August. So pretty much last summer. We're already getting close to spring. So it's probably 9 to 6 something months. Maths. Cleaning the obstacles. If I did something in August, how far is that? You're maths guy. It's been 2 years since I've seen a live video. Yeah, I used to do lives all the time, but like they take so much energy out of my body to be able to do them. Oh, here's my light. There. Look into the CF Moto Papio 125cc. I did look into that one, and I didn't like the way it looked. I mean, it looked pretty cool. I would if it was 4-valve, and I think, correct me if I'm wrong, is it fuel injected? Not 100% sure. 6 months I used my fingers. Thank you. Nice shop. Have you thought of trying the Kawasaki Ninja 400? Okay. Not the Ninja 400, but the ZXR4R, the 4-cylinder 400. That looks interesting. I want to get my butt sitting on one of those and do a ride on it and test it out. So the first person who has one in this area, if they let me test drive one over at the dealership, I definitely want to try that out. That seems, I mean, I love the CBR 600, 650R, and it's not going anywhere, but like it feels like the 400 would be more applicable to what this channel is, right? I know that I'm branching out into other things and other interests because you got to try different things to grow and all that good stuff. But like that seems like it would fit, right? What's a good suspension on the Ruckus? The stock kind of bottoms out on me. Slot hit wonder. Do you have? Is it stretched? Is it stock? Let me know what that is. Ryan, we just had a really big ice storm. Really a storm, worse ice. The storm that we have, worst storm they've had in 50 years. 50 million homes out of power. Eee. And then all that ice is going to go into your roads and make your roads even worse. I know how you feel about that, by the way. Anyone who lives in Texas, we had that freeze, I think it was last year, and literally the entire state shut down. Schools were out. There was snow on the roads. No one knew what to do. People are crashing into poles and ditches. The power's out. We're not unfamiliar with power outages here in Houston, but that's usually from a hurricane, not from a freeze. And then, just people. Casey Lynn, 6 months is what YouTube says. Yeah, it's been 6 months. My mathematician cleaning the obstacles said so. Yep. The new gen looks nice. FI 6-speed. Oh, it's fuel injected 6-speed. But how much is it? Like, is it like $5,000 or something like that? Because I could think of like a million different things I could buy for $5,000 other than, well, I guess a Grom cost $5,000. $3,000. Okay, so here's another question, Casey. If it's fuel injected, is it 4-valve or 2-valve? If it's 4-valve, then that's a winner right there. 125cc fuel injected fuel. And then is it horizontal or is it a vertical motor? ZXR is a nice bike. Yeah, see, I'd like to try it out. Now, I do have a friend who has the Ninja 400, and for being a 400, that sucker's got some power. I was very surprised at how much that power was. It's a parallel twin, if I'm not mistaken, right? Oh, I forgot my vape. Crap. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I have to step around stuff. I couldn't find it. I don't know where I put it. I must have left it somewhere. Sorry. But I did get my backup, which is this little mango. My wife buys these, and she never uses them all the way, so I end up using them for her. All right. I mean, Forza. I want a Duke 390. I like the Duke 390, but the problem with the Duke 390 is I don't want, if I'm going to get, it's a single cylinder. I don't know. I'm more like looking forward to the RC 390, to be honest. It'd make a cool track bike. Up here, it's 18 below zero right now. That's the price at my local dealer. Not sure. You can check. 18 below. Where are you? Are you in Canada? Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, yeah. Okay. Slot hit wonder. 1, 2, 3. Fogging it out. Lone Wolf Ninja. They do have a pretty strong power band, and it kicks in, man, but still very user friendly. So my buddy, he had a CBR 300, and then he's like, I'm going to trade this something in bigger. So when he said bigger, I thought he meant like a 600. And then he got that, and I was like, that's not going to be super powerful. And then he wrote it around, and then I wrote it, and I was like, holy crap. That's a lot for a little 400. I bet you that thing, you can carve corners at the track on that. It's pretty awesome. All right, we've been running 15 minutes, 8 people. I think that's correct. And then 10 thumbs up. Thank you very much, everybody. Oh, you know what I wanted to do? I want to do this. All right, so wait, plus. Oh no, last time it let me do gift memberships. Where I can't do it. Oh well, I'm sorry guys. I was gonna try to do gift memberships, but it won't let me do it this time. It's a vertical engine. Okay, great. Wait, slot hit wonder. The ruckus is stick. Don't plan on modifying it. Maybe stage 1. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do with this marketplace ruckus slot. Is I miss the reliability of the 49cc motor. I really do. There's one of them behind me. Actually, see, I'm going to get on another tangent. But so my GY61 fast, yay, love it, great. Reliability is, as long as you maintain it, you're going to do pretty good. But I want this one so that I can take it to the gym or the grocery store or whatever. Because my brother is currently borrowing my Zuma all the time because his kids love to ride it with him to go to school and stuff like that. So hey, cool, more power to him, man. There, fixed it. All right, vertical engine, stock, not stick. I knew what you meant. Which 171 kit is better? So you can get the 171 from NCY, which is cast aluminum. What that means to you when you buy it is that there's no thermal expansion when you put heat onto the piston. So when you first start a forged engine, a forged piston, it takes a little bit to heat up to fit correctly in the cylinder. With cast aluminum, it's the same size from start to end, so your engine lasts longer. But if you get the forged kit from, I forget what it's called, you'll get more power out of it, but the longevity is gone. I personally want longevity on my motor. I don't want to have to keep replacing that head, so I stuck with the NCY, an A12 cam, and the big valve head on there with a little bit of porting and polishing. Yeah, old school Dave. What's up, old school Dave? Third time's a charm. Riney, your wrench is back. Yeah, I just want to ride comfortably. Same here. Like the other bike, I'll ride to like shows, to shows I love showing it off, going to car meets and stuff like that. That's wonderful. But then this one, I'm going to keep stock headlights. It's going to look good. I'm going to do like lower the seat. I may not even do handlebars on it. I may do wheels. I may do a disc brake conversion in the front, maybe just to make it a little bit more safe. But yes, just want to run it more comfortably. Man, you guys got lots of stuff flowing today in the conversation. I like it. Almost northeastern New Hampshire. Okay, see, so East Coast, Upper East Coast, kind of Maine-ish area around there. Not Maine, but obviously everything's below Maine, but like in that area. That makes sense. Hey, the Mopedler, what's up? How you doing? Mopedler is a garage scooter fixer guy that we have conversations often about the things he's fixed and things he has questions on, possibly. But he's doing pretty good. He started his own channel recently, so if you see his link over there, go ahead and give him a subscribe if you'd like. Lone Wolf, next state from me, just moved back from New York. Yeah, NCY is good, and I've only been to New York once in my entire life. New York City once. When I went to New York, I stayed in something called some friend's house in Bayonne. I don't know. Is that the ghetto? I have no idea. I was a little kid. I have no idea. Mopedler, do I do my own porting? I did on my GY6 motor. I used a Dremel and a grinder and grinded it out in my living room, which was a mistake because aluminum is not magnetic. So it got all in the carpet and I could not take it all out. And I made someone angry that I did that. But yeah, so speaking of porting, so I have this motor back here. This is my first Get motor. If you've been watching the channel long enough, this is the first motor I had in the Orange Ruckus before I got the second Get motor. Reason I had to replace this is because I didn't have to replace the whole motor, but it was easier. The valves, I couldn't put any more valve shims in it because they didn't make valve shims small enough for how flat or how much I messed up the valves from running over 9,000-10,000 RPM. What I intend to do is take the head off this one, put titanium valves and some replacement springs, and then have it decked by like 0.001 or something millimeters, barely anything, just to get the compression up a tiny bit. And then spend a lot of time porting and polishing the chamber for when I have all the valves and everything out, try to see if I can make that work really well. And then take that head off, get some new gaskets, and then put it on the Marketplace Ruckus, along with hopefully at some point in time a lightened flywheel on the side of there. And that should get me all the acceleration and speed that I want, hopefully. Oh, hey, Atomic Weasel, what's going on? I haven't seen you in forever, too. There's a lot of people in here that were in live streams that were went to every single. I don't know why this is so entertaining, but I do like talking to people. But I don't feel like I'm that entertaining. But hey, cool. It's been a long time. It's been a really long time. What's the very top speed you achieved on the Venom automatic transmission? When you talk Lone Wolf, are you talking about the X22 GT or the X18R? The X22 GT 250cc. The fastest I think I got it was like in the 70s somewhere. I did that on 249 near my house. For the X18R, I have not done a speed test. I've barely ridden around the neighborhood because I'm uncomfortable riding it right now. Because imagine riding a Grom that's an automatic with all the weight in the back but with clip-on bars on the front. So to me, it's very narrow. So it feels weird right now for me to ride it. So I need to ride it more, but I haven't got a speed test off of it yet. So I couldn't tell you there. Yeah, Taita. That's what I was mentioning. Taita is the forged kit. What's cool about the Taita kit is that they pre-put the piston rings and the piston into the cylinder on there. So, as long as you don't pull the cylinder out of the piston out of the cylinder, you don't have to put the rings in and try to push them in. Now, whether or not the rings are clocked correctly, I have no idea. I would assume they're clocked correctly when they put it in there, but it is from, well, no, it's Taiwan. Is Taiwan part of China? That's more of a political thing than I know, but I do know things from Taiwan that come from Taiwan have a better quality than things that come directly out of China, for the most part. Taita Bieber, sorry to hear about. That was my wife's mom. She passed away a while ago. She had brain cancer. Still hard on my wife occasionally. It's been a year now. I did have a friend, Scott Shepard, who died recently, and he was 39. So it kind of makes you take a step back and think, hey, life is short. I need to ride more bikes, kind of type thing. He's 39. He was just walking with his fiance and then fell over. He had what I was told is he had all of a sudden he had cardiac arrest. Like he just had a heart attack and died, or his heart stopped. Didn't necessarily die, but his heart stopped, and he fell over. Called the ambulance. The ambulance, she didn't know how to do CPR or didn't do CPR very well. And when the ambulance came, they gave him CPR and resuscitated him. But his brain had been without oxygen for for 24 minutes, I believe it was. So he was on life support for a week. No brain activity. They tried everything they could. And eventually on Wednesday, they pulled the plug. They didn't let me come in, but I understand, like his family, his kids, his mom, his dad, his brother, his sister, they were all there, his nieces, his nephews. I didn't really have a place in there. Yes, I've been friends with this guy forever. We worked at Fry's together. We grew up as parents together. We did tech together. I helped him get his career started in IT. He was doing very successfully with that, working in oil and gas, and then all of that stuff happened. So that's pretty, tough subject. But like, hey, you know what? All that means is that there are plenty more bikes to get your butt on and ride around and enjoy, because you never know, you might run out of time and not be able to get time to do that. And I'm talking about bikes. For you, it may be family, or it could be. You love to eat fried chicken wings, and you want to eat as many different kinds of chicken wings from different places, like buffalo wings and whatnot. The big ones, small ones, flaps, the drumsticks, whatever, with different types of flavors, dry rubs, wet stuff with spicy or not spicy, or sweet and spicy, or just garlic butter, stuff like that. Are you going to put a cam into? Oh, yeah. Yes. On the Get Motor, a cam too. I might as well, if I'm taking it apart, if I can find one. I know that they make an aggressive cam for. It feels weird saying an aggressive cam for a 49cc when it's 49cc, but it's not necessarily a hot rod. All right, so where are we at? I appreciate it. She was a Harley rider, and we used to ride it a lot. I still have yet to ride an actual Harley. I've ridden cruisers, but I've never rode a Harley. I want to ride an Indian too. I hear they're pretty cool, but I have yet to do it. Casey Lynn, you should swap a T2 Zuma onto the Marketplace Ruckus. Maybe if I could get it to run reliably, sure, that would be neat. That's kind of in the works. My brother has two Ruckuses, two titled front frames, and we're trying to decide what we want to put on them. I know a T2 Ruckus has been done before, but like, I'm gonna try to see if I can put my own take. What I'm really looking for in a crazy, crazy build, everyone says PCX. I know Reiny's put a PCX motor on a Ruckus before, but like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm considering just doing a Yamaha from a Zuma 125 swap in there, but we'll see. I know Get Attack, he was doing a motor from a Navi, but that doesn't seem, I don't know. I mean, I know it's Honda and everything, but I don't know. I have no idea. Or get a police. Oh, wait. Tom Weasel, love the Vismet. Going back to scooters, had enough of bigger bikes. Oh, I'm going back to scooters. Yeah. Okay. Here's the thing with scooters. Like, it depends on where you live. Like, I live in the heart of suburbia. Riding a scooter, a fast one or a slow one, or a street bike or Harley, it doesn't matter. Everywhere I can go is 30 to 45 miles per hour in this area. A scooter in these types of areas is much more practical. Like, I can carry groceries, I can go here and there, whatever. Right. I don't know if you've ever ridden a sport bike, but like, a sport bike is definitely not the bike you're going to ride when you need to go to the grocery store and pick something up really quick. Like, you're not going to ride it to Costco at all. You might be able to take your Ruckus to Costco and buy a gigantic container of toilet paper and just lodge it into the front and take it home. At least you can carry something, right? Get a police auction ruck and T to it, possibly. Those big eyes look at you every time you walk into the garage. Yes. At least this bike does. My GY6 Ruckus definitely does not have the stock headlight on. I do like the option that I put on there. What's it called? I forget who makes it, or at least the kit. Steady Garage's headlight. I do like it. I like it a lot. It's very bright and it's very steady. It's just not the stock headlights, but I already made the choice. I cut the battery box. I put the headlight in. There's no going back unless I buy a new battery box front end, and we'll see. Maybe I'll swap that headlight into this bike, nah. Let's just leave it alone. X18R, does it feel like it would be faster than no? It does have pickup. Now, when I did my video, the X18R did have some pickup when I accelerated. I never got it past like 45 or anything like that. And there was plenty more throttle to go. Who keeps messaging me? $5K motor worth a real. Man, I want that electric Ruckus. Or at least, has anyone seen that electric Ruckus that rolling wrenches with? But yeah, it's electric. That's interesting. But like the front fork, where he puts an 8-inch fatty in the front, just like the one in the back. Like, where did they get that? How come no one's talking about that? I want that. Buy that. Give it to me. Give me a hub. Whatever. Take my money. I'll buy it. Oh, thank you, old school Dave. Good friend. True statement, life is short. Too many young people passing it. Coincidentally, I was talking to my brother, and he said that there were his wife has two friends, one in Chicago and one somewhere else, that has died recently, and they were less than 45. It makes me feel bad because I'm like almost 50. So like, does that mean I have like 4 seconds left before I'm dead? Or am I like on borrowed time? I don't know, maybe I should eat more, I don't know, some spinach or quinoa, I don't even know how to say it. Quinoa, something like that. Danny Thor says, join the 250 club with me. Danny Thor, did you ever turn it into a 250 Met Ruck? I thought you were turning into a Met Ruck. Anyways, yes, Lone Wolf. Harleys are very heavy, but they have a low center of gravity, I think. So it should be pretty easy to like get on and do stuff. Now the chat's going farther away. I can't read it. With the 175 kit would be awesome and fast. Rhiny scooters you don't have to oh yeah, true. You don't have to clutch at every light. You just pull the brake, gas brake. So funny thing is, my dad, he's like 80 years old and he wanted to ride the Ruckus. And my mom was outside also. And as soon as I got off and my dad got on, my mom was looking at me like, and I'm looking at my mom like, he wants to try it. Well, he gets on, he doesn't know, right? He doesn't know how to ride a bike, So instead of rolling the throttle and then, pulling the brake, he was handfulling the brake and he rolled the throttle and then he wanted to stop, but he smashed it. So now he has the brake smashed under his hand and the throttle accelerating. So he's whiskey throttling like, but he's holding it, right? He's holding both brakes, keep it from moving. And I go, just let go, Dad, just let go. And he let go. And then he gets off of it and he's like, okay, I'm good. Thank you. Because he's been wanting to take apart a Ruckus because it takes apart pretty simply. Shove it in 10 different boxes and ship it to the Philippines and then reassemble it over there. My mom, I swear, my mom looked like she was gonna like tear my soul out through her eyes, just like. Oh, okay. Now I'm behind on the conversation. I took the Honda Navi to Sam's and got a big 10-pound bag of frozen chicken. Yes, you could do that. Well, is there a storage compartment on a Navi? Or is there a back rack? I don't remember. I wanted one for a while, but I changed my mind and I got this Ruckus instead because I got a good deal on it from my brother. T5K makes it. Yes. As a matter of fact, they just sent me a message, but they keep sending me their shorts on the internet with that bike. They keep sending them to me, and I'm like, are you trying to tell me you want me to try to test drive one? Do I have to drive to Michigan and test it or something like that? You want to sell me a kit? You want me to help me build one? I'd love to build one. The stem/triple cheat is, yeah. See, how come no one's talking about that? Like, what store can I buy that from? How did you make it? Did you just cut one and weld pieces in? Did you get something machined? I wonder if I could get a 3D scanner and scan that and then just stretch it out and then take that, turn it into a file and then send it to a machiner to cut it. See, well, anyways, that's what I'm trying to say is I want one. I'd love to put the same tire on the front as on the back, or a 12-inch, a 12x8 in the front. That would look so cool. Now, the hub, that's a whole nother story, right? Like, did they have to put spacers in the hub? Does it work well? I don't know. Casey Lynn, I saw one at the Small Bore Rally last year. Yes. I think it's been around for a year, right? Bill Wagner, hi from Wisconsin. Hey, Wisconsin. Wisconsin is one of those states where 49cc is non-dry. You don't have to have an endorsement. You don't have to have registration or a plate. It's basically a bicycle, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. But that's what I remember. What are your thoughts on electric sport bikes and which one would you go with? I mean, I want to try that new one that's, I think Casey Lynn was talking about it earlier. They're just too expensive for me right now. And the range that you get out of them isn't really appealing to me. What's it called? Range anxiety. Like if I get 100 miles and I ride to my friend Brad's house, that's 50 miles. I would have to plug into his wall for several hours before we could go riding and then go back to his house, plug back into his wall and then wait and then ride back. I don't think there's any kind of Tesla supercharge or anything like that for it yet. Now with Zero, I like the Zero bikes. I just don't want to pay $20,000 for it. Now, the funny thing with Zero is when you get that bike, it comes with everything. It has heated grips and all sorts of junk. But you have to open the app and you can unlock, like, for example, extra range. So if you can unlock extra range on your bike, it has the extra range already in it. Therefore, I bought it that way, but I have to software unlock extra range. Like, I don't get to use my whole battery because I didn't pay. Like, all the options are on it. You just have to unlock it by paying whatever it costs to get it unlocked. And that just seems ridiculous to me. Yes, I understand that there are the Teslas and other electric cars are starting to be this subscription-based stuff where you unlock things from your car inside of it and software gets uploaded or changed or whatever. But like, to physically have a battery that is capable of doing the extra range they complain about, it just seems like it mambo jambo to me. Bunch of crap. More greens, yes. And then I don't know. I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it out loud. Oh my gosh. Danny Thor, no, doing a full Metro, no Metruck. Oh, you're going to put that 250 in a Metro? That would be cool. I've never seen that done before. No kale, Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A is wonderful. I love Chick-fil-A. And one of I like Chick-fil-A as I'm wearing a Raising Cane's t-shirt. If you're wondering, this is my daughter. She worked at Raising Cane's for a little while. So, yay. SEV almost took dad out. Yep. In the ruckus. My mom would have been so upset with me if he fell because, you know, when you're older and you break something, the recovery time is much longer and there's always residual issues from something of a major injury when you're above 70. So she was I've never seen my mom make that face except for a few times when I accidentally set the kitchen countertop on fire. Funny story, when I was completely not scooters, but I read somewhere in the Anarchist Cookbook, of all things, Anarchist Cookbook, saltpeter, sugar, charcoal, mix gunpowder. So I bought saltpeter at the grocery store. We had sugar. We had charcoal briquettes, which isn't charcoal, by the way. That's not what they mean by charcoal, like actual charcoal, like the stuff that coal you get from the ground. And I mixed it together and I lit it in a little pile, like an idiot, a little pile on the counter. And I was like, lighter, lighter, lighter. And then it sparked and it goes, shh, and then like freaking thermited a hole into the counter. And I tried to hide it. So like we always had like cups and stuff on the counter. So I always put a cup over it or a plate or a bowl or something. And eventually my mom wanted to clean the counter. And I had used like I burned a hole into the counter. So that's another time my mom has given me that look. And not since then, since I was a little kid, has my mom given that to me again when I was letting my elderly dad ride a ruckus. Funny story. I've never actually shared that story with too many people in my life, so it's kind of fitting that I shared it with 16 people recently, and then whoever watches this live stream after this. Oh no. Hello, everyone. Oh, hey, Matrix. Wait, someone else said something before that. There's a box like it. The engine would be with the ground. Oh, yeah, there's a box in the Navi in the center. Matrix Media, bro. Thank you for watching the videos. Speaking of videos, I am trying to do something more sustainable. So I will always have a Sunday video. Shorts are like, you can make shorts while you're taking a poop in the bathroom. So, you know, those are easy. So that's when I'm going to make videos, is on Sundays. I know it's not growth potential to just do one video a week, but like, in order for me to be able to keep producing things and have the time still to spend with my family and with my wife and all that stuff and ride around without having to record, you know, just enjoy the ride. That's what's going to happen. Occasionally I'll throw some Wednesday videos in, maybe even some Saturday videos if I'm really excited about something, which happens pretty often. But yeah, that's speaking of enjoying the videos. And then now I'm trying to do higher production value. I don't know if you've noticed, probably not. A lot of the stuff is 4K now. I think Riney watches it on a TV. You might try it in 4K, see if it looks any better. But, you know, I do this for fun. This is not a job, although it is a job. It's not a job. I do this because I enjoy doing it. I enjoy people. I enjoy talking about bikes and all sorts of stuff. Roy said, hello. Hey, Roy. Roy has been with the channel forever. He has a Piaggio 250 that he has been pretty much upgrading and modifying for the last 2 years, year or two. It's the Italian scooter with the 2 wheels in the front. Not a Can-Am, but like 2 wheels in the front, like pretty narrow. Helps with stability. I'd like to try one day, so we'll see. Ronnie said he also makes a custom CNC machine front hub. Ronnie, if you ever discover where he got it and the hub, and if he ever starts to sell it, I would love to be one of those people on that list to put a down payment on. Anyways, Casey said hi to Roy because we're all best friends from live channels in the past. Oh, hey. We got 15 thumbs up so far. Appreciate the thumbs up. I don't think I've seen any super chats or anything. I see Old School Dave did a fart. Well, that might not necessarily be a fart, but wind over there. Danny Thor, you need at least a plate and driver's license. Okay, so you do need a driver's license and a plate, but you don't need to have an endorsement. My understanding is, in Wisconsin, it was like a bicycle. Like, there's no difference between this ruckus and that 10-speed in the corner. You still have to obey traffic rules and laws and all that stuff. I could be wrong. Lone Wolf said, anything is possible, enough guts and fundage. Absolutely. You could put any motor in any car if you have enough money. You could put any motor in any scooter if you have enough money to fund the research and development and the fabrication of stuff. That's absolutely true. But I don't have unlimited money or funds, and I only have so much guts. Anything that will kill me, I try to avoid. Although I do track days. But then the cool thing about track days is, like, when you ride and if you crash, there's just like grass everywhere. There's not a curb and a bus or a curb, a house, 5 cars coming in your direction. You know, if you fall, there's less of a risk that you're going to get hurt because you're just going to slide through the grass unless you get hit by the bike. But anyways, I don't think people in here are track day people, but I understand why track days become so addicting. It's because you get to haul butt. I think I got like in the 130s on the straights, on very short straights. And then I got to figure out what your tires look like when you brake incredibly hard. They look like they have boogers and they're melting all over the place. Super sticky. Lynn said hi to Roy. You need at least to play it. Anything is possible. In that video, it died after 35 miles. Which video died after 35 miles? Oh, 35 miles. The battery. T5K said it would not get 60 miles. Understandable, because it looks like the way they did the battery is they did it where the tank is, and that's not a big enough space to put a huge 72 volt battery inside of there. I noticed that it still looks relatively stock, so that's probably why it can't get that much range. Although it would be incredibly fun to ride. You got to admit that thing looks pretty rockin'. Like, if that was a kit that they put on the internet, that'd be great. I would consider buying it. There was a kit once I saw for $250 to swap into a Ruckus, and it was like 9 or 10 grand. It was some T-Max or whatever motor inside it. I can't remember. And I couldn't, it came with everything. It was water cooled. It had everything inside there. I just couldn't get myself to consider it. Lone Wolf. Am I behind in the comment? Oh, I'm catching up. Oh, wait. I scrolled too far. Matrix Media. I'm about to build a 500cc Ruckus. Thanks for the tips. Okay. Tell me what motor is 500cc that you're putting in there. I would love to know. Up here in New Hampshire, my KPR is parked in the dining room for the winter. I do miss Tennessee. Down there, I was pretty much riding all year round. Up here, ride snowmobile thingamabobs. Slot hit wonder. Hey, Caesar, be safe. Oh, you're taking off? Awesome. All right, I'll see you next time. Hopefully you caught this. I'm trying to answer everything that comes through. And 1, 2, 3. I need to find my regular vape. This fruity mango peach tea is not. I mean, it does the job, right? Are you talking about the Piaggio MP3? Yes, he has a Piaggio MP3 250 that he's been like replacing and maintaining for forever. Like, he's bringing it, like he's like doing a restore on it and bringing it back, because apparently when he got it, it wasn't in that great of condition. So he's building it out again. Dean St. Louis. Hey, Caesar, thanks for all the videos. Question for you. What's your honest thoughts about the KP Mini 150? Would like to try a small bore 125 1C. Okay. And I do this every time we do a live stream. I think someone always asks me about the KP Mini. But the KP Mini, compared to the Grom in speed, is way faster. One of the biggest differences between two is the vertical motor versus the horizontal motor. It is the disadvantage to the KP Mini is that it's carbureted rather than fuel injected. So that means you can't let it sit with gas in there, or you have to use non-ethanol gas, or if you're going to let it sit for a while, use fuel stabilizer to get the ethanol outside of there or something like that. That would help out. The build quality is good. on the KP Mini, and it's very stable. And I've talked to people who have like 18,000 miles on the KP Mini with minimal maintenance on there. The only thing I would suggest to anyone who buys a China bike is to change the oil 2 or 3 times within the first 300-400 miles, and then uh, like check all the bolts. Although I haven't heard any problems on there, but as far as I'm concerned, the KP Mini is absolutely a wonderful buy for $2,000 on there, especially if you're just getting into bikes. It is a 5-speed also, rather than a 4-speed like the original Groms. So that's another. You got like an overdrive gear. I took it on the freeway, but depending on your weight and your height and all that stuff, you may not be able to take it on the freeway. But it's a wonderful buy. I 100% endorse buying a KP Mini. Now that new one that Casey was talking about, the I forget what it was, the one that it's a vertical motor, fuel injected, one mini bike, 125. I'd like to see that one and see. I'd like to try one of those. Danny Thor, I track my car, but no motorcycles for me. I've been invited to track my Miata once I get it done, but I put 17-inch low profile wheels. I don't think I'll be able to track very well on this. I'd have to get a new set of 15-inch wheels and some track tires on there. And I'm not really I really don't want to do that. I just want to get that car working. This summer, as a matter of fact, is where I'm going to get that car working, fixed, put a top on it, get it running, pass it in, get insured, pass inspection, get it registered. I'll start driving it, and then I'll let my son start to learn to drive in that car. And I really hope he doesn't mess it up. Like, I love that car. Yes, Casey, it's the Sondors is the electric, the Metacycle. And I'm kind of glad I didn't put the money down on it and buy it, because like it didn't have the removable battery, like easily removable battery, like they said. It doesn't accelerate like I would imagine it was supposed to from all the videos that I watched. Although it's scooter level, it's scooter plus level. Let's call it a 125cc scooter plus level speeds. I don't know about range and stuff, but looks cool to me. I'd love to try it. Oh, hey, Roy, thanks for the super sticker. I appreciate it. Like I tell everybody all the time, every single penny that I make from YouTube goes literally into buying parts for bikes so that I can make more videos, so that I can make a little bit more money, so I could buy more bike parts. So it's like that drug commercial in the 80s, I do drugs so I can work longer, so I could buy more drugs, so I could work longer, so I, the whole circular thinking thing, kind of like this is your brain on drugs. But yes, this is my drug of choice: scooters, motorcycles, bikes, and YouTube. Making stuff on YouTube. Hey, is cleaning the obstacles still in here? If you're still in here, say something. I want to see if you're taking notes, or I got some questions for you. Yeah, that 125 kit you could buy, I'm pretty sure was a Zuma motor with a big bore kit on it, and it was it was like $10,000. And I mean, I get make your money, and I get it's almost bespoke one-offs, because I'm pretty sure they didn't sell 20 of them. I'm pretty sure they didn't sell 20 of them. If they did, then the price of the kit might have come down. But like they gotta go get a motor, they gotta go build it out, they gotta go custom build all the parts for the mounts for the radiator and all these other pieces. I get the $10,000, I do. But maybe you should sell it as maybe like a motor and mount and wheel, and then there's a wiring harness that you could buy. Like, make it so that I could buy some of it, but not all of it. and I'll build the rest of the other parts. Like I would definitely buy the wiring harness, the radiator, the motor, the wheel. That's pretty much the whole damn kit, isn't it? Never mind. Ignore what I just said. Lone Wolf, right? We all have sense and a budget. Remember the KPR showed up. Mine is a 2020. I love riding it. No issues at all. So speaking of the KPR 200, it went to go live with a older gentleman who lives in Dallas, who stopped riding motorcycles and then started riding motorcycles again. And he picked up the KPR 200. Now, when he got it and he brought it back, the fuel pump went out. So he had to replace the fuel pump. But fortunately, LaFon was nice enough to send him a replacement pump for it. And he rides it around all the way everywhere. The Lycan 250 was picked up by a delivery truck and dropped off with someone who is currently enjoying the crap out of it right now, which is awesome. As well as the Expect. Now the Expect went to the same guy who bought the KPR 200. So my garage is now LaFon free. I do want to pick up another another KP Mini. Just because it was so easy to ride, and you could take it quite far away for what it is, and it wasn't expensive, like $2,000, maybe someplace you get it cheaper, and it wasn't easy. It wasn't hard to register, and the insurance was super cheap. So yeah. Matrix Media Piaggio X9 500. Oh, that's the motor, X9 500. Wow. Again, thank you, Roy, for the super sticker, and Ryan. There is no, how do you know I'm wearing pants right now? Actually, you saw me guys leave earlier. So yes, I am wearing pants, but how would you know that I was wearing pants right now? Like, when I start to stand up and then, oh no, Xander's not wearing pants. And then I would get banned. So obviously I'm wearing pants. Casey Lynn, CF Moto Papio. And that's it, right? But why is it called a Papio? Like, China, couldn't you come up with a cooler name than Papio? Like it's like Papa, like it's by Papa, help me, Papa. You know, that's what it sounds like to me. Like they could have come up with a cooler. They could have called it the X100 I 5000 or something, and it would have been cooler than that. But okay. Danny Thor. And anyways, Brian, thanks for showing up, by the way. Appreciate you being here. Danny Thor, one of these days I'll grab a Miata. I was going to, before I got the car I now have now. Miatas are going up in price, so hopefully you can find one that's a decent price. Like I've had people offer me thousands of dollars for one in my garage. I'm never giving it up. I bought that thing new in '97, so no thanks. But yes, it's fun. And Denny, I thought you bought a lefty car. Am I thinking of the right person? JMR Builds, thanks for showing up on the channel. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Bikes are an expensive hobby. Yes, yeah, they are. But you know, it's a more expensive hobby. Turboing cars and building and tuning cars. So I win because my wife will not let me build cars anymore. I've had, and if you've been on this channel long enough, you know that I've had incredibly terrible luck with cars, tickets, and jail. And cleaning obstacles here, cool. Hopefully one day we can do a dual live stream, I suppose, and we can debate the differences between mountain bikes and scooters and motorcycles or something. That'd be kind of cool. Roy, it's about 16 years old and I have to rebuild the CVT. It got very hot, tires replaced, switches, only thing left. only thing left. Right hub need to be replaced. So apparently it was lots messed up and overheated. So I can understand. What a nice gesture. Oh, for the KPR 200. Yeah. I mean, that's what he wanted. Like, he saw one of my videos and said, "Hey, I'm going to ride motorcycles again." He's like 70 something, like my dad's age, but he had been riding all his life. Decided he wanted to ride again because he's retired. Wanted something he could putt around to, I don't know, go to the, what is it called? VFR, for the military, VFR, and then like the grocery store, church, and stuff like that. So, hey, that turned out really good. Gave him a really good deal. Lone Wolf, on the intro of my channel, can you see what my KPR looks like now? Check it out if you have time. I will do that. I will write it in my notepad because I always say that I'm going to look something up and then I forget, because obviously time goes by and I go to sleep and I wake up and I forget. So I put some notes in the notepad, which, by the way, see, this is an iPhone. Guess what's happening in March? I'm switching to Android. Whether or not that's a good choice, I have no idea. It was a good deal on a new phone, and iPhones are freaking. I wanted a 14 Pro, and who has cash $900 to buy one? So, I mean, other than cleaning the obstacles, he can buy several iPhones at one time. He's a wealthy man. He could buy several iPhones at one time and give away free Apple Watches. Thanks for the insight on the Mini 150. Have you heard anything about the Lafon KPV? Oh my God, I want a KPV 150. New type of motor, automatic. Supposed to have EFI. It's supposed to be super cool. I was really hoping that Lafon would give me one to demo, because that thing looks amazing. It looks like an ADV. Obviously, it looks like an ADV. It doesn't look like the new Zuma 125. The new Zuma 125, I don't like it. The front end looks like someone tried to shrink a Camaro front end and then put it on there and build a shelf on top of it. Yeah, no thanks. But that KPV looks slick. If you could afford that, it seems like it would be a really good buy. But we'll see. It's supposed to be an adventure scooter. I think, honestly, riding a scooter anywhere is always going to be an adventure. So, yeah, there's always that. Holy crap, it's 10:30. I guess I have to keep talking. I'm going to keep talking. So I'll keep talking until I run out of tea. And we got a little while to go. Probably thinking of someone else. I bought a Subaru. Okay, good choice. Good choice. Subarus are great cars, but it seems like everybody up north loves buying Subarus. Oh, 17 thumbs up. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it. And thank you for the super sticker earlier, Roy, as always. Like I said, it's never necessary, but it is always appreciated. Probably me sending you stuff. VFW. Yeah, VFW. I guess it's VFW. I don't know. I had a friend. I had my wife's old best friend. They hired me for free to be their photographer for their wedding, and they did the wedding at a VFW on there. I guess it's a place for like retired military, kind of like a social camaraderie type thing. I'm not familiar. I wasn't in the military. Sorry. Matrix Media need a recommendation on a single light bar for the Ruckus that won't drain your battery. The one I have now will drain your battery, but It will only drain your battery if you forget to turn it off. My headlights, ever since I've modified them, have a separate switch for the headlight, and I always forget to turn it off. I wish it would turn off with the bike, and I could do that with a relay easily through the ignition, but I just, for some reason, I wanted a button. Like, I wanted ghost mode. I don't know if you've ever rode with like wheeliers and street racers on bikes, but they have a button that they can push that will shut all the lights off on their bike and not make them work, like brake lights, signal lights, running lights, front headlight. It all turns off so they can ghost mode and ride around and ride away from the police or whatever it is they're trying to escape from. God. Yeah, I've never had that, and I've never done anything on a motorcycle where I need to escape like that. I'll need a new license for that. Same thing, Caesar. I'm retired. Started riding again. Yes, Roy. Roy is retired military. Yeah, retired military for a while now, I believe. I think Roy's in his 60s, early 60s. I can't remember. Cleaning the obstacles. LO trade is in the trick. Not wealthy. I think you're wealthy. You're a senior engineer for a cloud hosting company. That's good money. Anyways, awesome. Thanks. Let me know what you think. It's the first bike I ever had, and when I got on it, I was like, God, why haven't I done this? Yes. Here, I'm going to tell a story again. So if you guys have been on this channel before, everybody knows my buddy Brad. He's the guy who does the track day with me, road scooters. He actually has some videos that he made and edited and put on my channel. Also, he started a channel called Friction Zone, which he hasn't posted very many videos on it, but it was just for fun. A long time ago, I asked him, I was like, hey, when are you going to ride with me? And he was like, you know, he didn't want to be rude. He's my buddy. He didn't want to be rude. You know, you always want to show some interest, or at least you don't want to look disgusted at your friends' hobbies, even if you're not into them. And he told me straight out of his mouth like this. He said, I don't think that's the thing for me, man. So one day I convinced him. I don't know if you guys remember I had the Ruckus for my wife. I put it on the back of a trailer, and I brought the orange Ruckus also, both when they were 49cc, and I brought it over there. He got on it, and he rode around the neighborhood, and he was like, wow. I go, okay, well, let's go ride around for about 45 minutes to an hour, and then we'll come back. We literally left his house and rode for like 5 hours, all through Kemah, League City, all, Webster, just all day riding everywhere. And then from then on, he was bit, and now he owns like four motorcycles, 5 motorcycles now, and does track days with me. Just like what you said, Lone Wolf. And until you do it, you don't know that you're gonna like it. Just like I was telling you earlier, life's too short. Try it. Don't try everything. Like, don't try crack, don't try heroin, don't try murder, don't try, trying to eat kittens raw, like sushi or something like that. Don't do those things, but try other new things that are legal, that other people have tried before, that we have been deemed safe through the points of view of other people that exist in the world. I hope no one tries to eat kittens raw. That sounds terrible. I noticed I said that, and all of a sudden 3 people stopped watching here. No, this is not a channel that hates on furry pets. Anyways. Sent a CF Moto Papio pic of the special edition. All right. Let's take a look at this. Special edition. What? That looks cool. I don't know if I could get it on the screen. It looks like an 80s motorcycle. Look at that. That's cool. I would ride that. I would ride that. And then get like a leather jacket with like zippers on it and like some goggles and a bean cap helmet. Roy said 62. And Matrix Media said, I understand a kill switch light. I can relate. Okay, good. I don't know why, but if you can relate, I will believe you. FYI, I bought the KPR from Amazon after watching your channel. This is the first live chat I've ever participated in. I promise. No, I don't want to promise because then I'll have a broken promise if I don't do it. I'll try to do this more often as much as I can. It's just ask Casey. I have to like eat. I have to make sure that I don't have a headache because I've done this before with a headache before and it was not entertaining at all. I've gone into this like super sleepy. I've gone to this before I had other activities and I have to have nothing to do after this in order to do a live stream correctly. Oh, cool. Up to 18 on, thumbs up. Thank you very much, everybody. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Roy, for the super chat sticker so far. I appreciate that also. Oh, can I do I did gifts memberships once, but it's not letting me do it. I did gift membership once. Can someone like click on some stuff? I bought 5 gift memberships. Someone got 1 and there's still 4 left. I don't know if you go through the gift process, if you can claim one, if you could check to see channel membership. I feel like I wasted my money testing it out. So anyways, Casey, Lone Wolf, did you have that when you were in Tennessee? I think he's talking about the KPR 200. Matrix Media, it's the raw cats for me. See? Someone's going to eat raw cat. Oh, yeah. Speaking of, I was watching a video of a guy eating. He was doing a selfie video on the channel. And he was eating something and it was like small bones and he was eating it. And he goes, this is great. Ah. And then he put the guy in the video and he goes, what is this? To the cook. And he's Chinese. And he didn't know how to speak English. And he goes, is this chicken? Is this chicken? And the guy goes, meow, meow. Can you imagine what kind of trauma your face would go through if someone said meow, meow after you just ate something saying it was yummy? Okay. Anyways, I thought it was a funny story. Hell no, I fully cook my kittens before I eat them. Good. It's good. You want to stay away from salmonella, any type of bacterial infections, and anything that may be, you may start the next COVID with some type of cross animal viruses or something. So thank you for thinking of the community around you. My first bike was a Honda CB250 when I was 13 years old. Nice bike. That CB250, the CB150, and the are highly cloned motors by China. Most vertical 250s that China have that they produce are China clones. Actually, the KP Minis CBR or CB, the KP Minis 150 motor is a clone of the CB 150, and there are big bore kits that you can buy for the CRX 150 dirt bike that will fit on that bike. So yes, awesome. Corbin, hey, what's up, man? Welcome to stage 2. I've known Corbin for quite a while also. Oh, shoot. As a matter of fact, one of the first exposures of the Honda Ruckus that I got, he was talking about his brother, and he was going to build one with a GY6. I remember looking up pictures after he told me that, and I thought it was cool. and I totally forgot about it after so many weeks, and then I ended up, look, here I am today, right? JMR Builds, the KP Mini is $999. Yes, you can buy them relatively cheap nowadays. If you can buy one for $999, then send me a link. I want to buy one. What I regret when I had the KP Mini was that I painted the plastics. And more importantly, I painted the fender cover in the back. It didn't look right. It should have stayed black. I should have just painted the main plastics and the tail fin instead. Things you regret, right? I should have tried to wrap it again too. Never looked right ever after that. Although it still looks exactly the way it is when I painted it. And the only reason I painted it is because I broke my arm. I broke my arm. I don't know if you can see the scar, but a long time ago I broke my arm and they had to pin it back together. And I couldn't ride, so I had to make content somehow. So I decided to paint it. So yay, go me. Plus shipping maybe around $1,500 with taxes. Nice. I'm glad Corbin is around as a stage 2 member. Anyone else gonna follow in his footsteps? There's a benefit to it. I release videos to my members first before I release them to before I schedule them. So usually I'll release them for about, depending on when I have to release it, 1 to 3 or 1 to 4 days to let you watch it, comment it, put the first comments, and I'll pin any members comment on the top that seems to be the most interesting to be on the top. Lone Wolf. Yeah, on my channel, all the vids are in Tennessee. We moved from New Hampshire last September. Shane. Hey, what's up, Shane? I wish they would make a bore up kit for the Venom 20. Oh, the X22 GT. So the X22 GT's motor is a clone of the Honda Helix. I never got a chance to do it, but if you look up Honda Helix to see if they have big bore kits for the Honda Helix, there is a possibility that you could do a big bore kit on it. Whether or not it works, I don't know. I never got around to doing it. If I was ever to find an X22 GT, I would take that motor and test stuff like that. As a matter of fact, I saw one on Craigslist recently. Anyways, talking to myself. Up to 20 thumbs up. We got 18 people in here right now. We are at 1 hour and 22 minutes. The goal is to hit somewhere close to 2 hours. That seems to be enough for me to get all my energy out. Because I promise you, after this is done, I'm going to bed. Because this takes a lot of energy. Casey said, cool. I'll check it out. I live 45 minutes away from Deals Gaps. Thank you. I'll find out Monday then. Helix motor, right? Yeah, so it's a Honda Helix. As a matter of fact, a Honda Helix motor is, I think there are plenty of people out there who have built a Ruckus with a Honda Helix motor on it, a 250. What did you use? Danny, what motor did you use on your CBR? Oh, excuse CBR on your Ruckus at the time? I know it wasn't a Helix, was it? I remember you building it and cutting pieces of metal and welding it, and you found it all on a forum on how to build the mount and everything. It looked pretty cool. It inspired me to want to build one, but I never got around. I never could find a motor. I can't remember what motor you used. Next time when you do live upgrade, I'll upgrade. Cool. Hey, Wardified. I know I've seen the name plenty of times. Thank you for being a channel member, sir. Also, I appreciate you being here today. But let's see. I haven't seen any questions come up anymore. I can't scroll up anymore. So I finally caught up. So someone's got to say something down here. Did anyone try the membership thing to see if it had like the 4 gift memberships that I got? I guess I guess I threw it in the trash. I might as well have taken some money and just thrown it out the window while I'm riding. I second that upgrade. Looking to be joining and donating some fundage. Like I said, you don't have to, but every penny goes back into like. So the marketplace ruckus. Does anyone remember this exhaust? This is the exhaust that I had on my Get. And this is the exhaust I had on the Get when I had this. I had mech gears. I had a very tuned CVT. I had a tuned carb and everything. And I was able to get the ruckus to 57.1 miles per hour. 57 miles per hour using this absolutely horrifying exhaust that's super loud. Stuff like that would go to get something a little bit more quiet, but I'm telling you, this thing is incredibly loud. Incredibly loud. Oh, and then for the this is kind of a preview, I suppose. I got some pink springs for the clutch for the Get motor to engage higher so that I could get a little bit more takeoff. You already saw the seat, and I got sliders, and I got a Polini variator on there. I did buy a NCY variator, but I couldn't, for some reason, the throw bearing didn't fit in it correctly. So I never used it. So maybe I'll give it away later on or something like that. When is the best time to come visit? Visit where? We all need to be cruising looking for it. Danny Thor's bike, he used a motor off an Elite 250, which is the exact same motor as the Helix from that. Oh, yeah, okay. So, yeah, I didn't know the Elite 250 was also the same motor as a Helix, but the size of it is correct to fit underneath a ruckus. There are other scooter motors where they're really long, including the swing arm, and they just don't fit right underneath a ruckus because they're just too long. Now, if you want to do a crazy stretch, then of course, it'll look good. What's the best upgrade to 180cc carb? If you had an 180cc, I would recommend a 30 millimeter carb, 2830. I have a 171 on the ruckus, and I've done a 28 and a 30 millimeter carb on it. And I get better throttle response off the 28 than I did the 30. But I'm having a harder time tuning the 28 than I did with the 30. It's like the filter, if I put a tighter, more foamy filter, it doesn't run right. I have to put like those the Una filters that are real, it's like a kitchen sponge type thing. 26. He said 26. 26, I guess, would work, but I don't know. Once you go to 180, I would imagine a 28 would be better, but depends on the motor, I suppose, and how you have it tuned. To visit you to do some videos since you're always too busy to come here. Anytime in the summer. I'm planning to do some traveling this summer. I want to like go to Austin or Dallas or I don't know, a whole complete another state. If I could find enough people that would be there for me to sit down and ride. And then so far, it seems like Michigan or Wisconsin is the place to go because it seems like that's where a lot of people are riding um, to go up there. Ward 5. What mods on your ruck brought you the stupid amounts of joy? Okay, that's a good one. You might say that it was the GOI 6 swap, but that was not stupid amounts of joy. I think it's a combination of things. Like, for example, when I did the Met gears and then tuned the transmission, tuned the weights correctly on there, and I got it to go well over 50 miles per hour, that brought me a lot of joy, knowing that I did the one thing that everyone wants to do is break 50 miles per hour on there. I heard the new 60 is the new 50 nowadays. Oh, hey, Casey. Hold on. I saw someone say good night. KCP, good night. And I love the Houston Astros too. Have a good night. Yeah, so I would say that. Now, if you're talking about the Zuma, when I did the 158cc big bore kit on there, that's like the absolute best mod I've ever done on a non-ruckus scooter. As a matter of fact, it was so awesome that I was considering looking for a Zuma so I could do the 158cc, so I could take that out and put it inside of a ruckus because that just the reliability was just through the roof. It was amazing. Anyways, meaning looking for your join section. There should be a join button here, but like I said, you don't have to do it now, just whenever you have free time. Warfield, Utah, Idaho, Utah, United States, left. That would be cool, I suppose. If I ever get like because I've been bugging my wife about buying, what are those Chevy vans that people use for like businesses, like, electrical and plumbing. They not an Astro van. I forget what it's called. Anyways, I've always wanted to buy one of those so I could pull the ruckus inside of there and then put it to the side and then have a bed. And then as I travel, I could sleep in, not an Econoline and not a Chevy Express van. It's called is it Chevy or is it Ford? I can't remember. It's like a minivan, but taller so that you can stand in it. Anyways, I wanted to be able to pull the ruckus into there to the right and then have like a cot and a fan and stuff. And as I travel, I can sleep in Walmart parking lots or whatever, and then go around, try to make a round trip through, within a week, ride through some cities and hang out some places. I thought it'd be cool. Never did it though. So sorry. Summer in the Smoky Mountains, good family vacation. Yes. New Project Caesar Mad Dog truck. I'll be getting it this fall. Oh, okay. Yeah, cool. The 250 Honda reflex motor is a very long motor. Is that what it is? I saw one once and it was taken out and it was like incredibly long. Casey Lynn, 70 miles per hour with that 158. 158. Yeah, I'm close to 70 miles per hour. I'm hitting the rev limiter. All I did was change it to rollers to sliders. I still have the stock CVT. Excuse me. I still have the stock variator and all this stuff. I did get a new belt, but I hadn't put the new belt on yet. But once I get a variator on there and maybe a gear change, I think, and then replace the plastics that were broken when my daughter dropped it, I think I'm done with that scooter. It's the way it needs to be. Like, it's reliable. It's fast. You can carry tons of stuff all over the place. Soon, I'll be able to carry cups inside of there when I do deliveries on it. When I do another DoorDash delivery video on it again. But yeah, it's one of the best mods. Texas is the best, most patriotic state. I'm retired Army. All right, cool. Thank you for your service. Patriotic state. I'd imagine so. Although we have a beer called Lone Star, and it says the national beer of Texas. I didn't know that Texas was a nation, but yeah, okay. Ram ProMaster, that's my dream van. My wife thinks I'm crazy because I want to buy a van. She's like, you don't want a sports car? No, I want a van. I want a van. I'm gonna make it orange. I want to like shove bikes in it. I want to be able to drive anywhere I want with these bikes and then pull it back out. I want to be able to sleep in it and travel with it. I thought it'd be cool. I told my wife if I ever got laid off from work and I got a big severance, I would travel for 2 weeks. I would travel for 2 weeks with my bikes, like trying to go as far as I can around the United States, if that, as far as I could. Riney, it looks like a Get motor, but oversized, I imagine. Lone Wolf said it's a Ford. Hey, Shane, how's it going? Shane, I have 1, 2, 3. Officially, I own 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bikes. 4 of them are technically scooters. There's a 5th white Ruckus in here that's not mine, that belongs to a friend, but I don't know what I fixed it, and it's been sitting in my garage forever, so I don't even know if it's still fixed anymore because I put a Chinese, Ronnie will understand what I'm talking about. I put a Chinese Ruckus fuel pump in there, and it's been sitting with regular gas in it for like a year, and I haven't tried to start it, so I'm pretty sure that fuel pump's pretty jacked by now, and the carb is probably plugged up with stuff in it now. So 5 technically, and I'll end up downsizing again. I didn't intend to buy the Marketplace Ruckus, but I thought it would be cool to have one and keep it 49cc because I don't feel like I fully explored 49cc mods. I did all the surface mods. I never did any of the engine mods. Like I never took the head off and ported, polished, decked. I never put titanium valves. I don't think I'll ever do the 58cc big bore kit, the Bolo, because I don't think it's worth having to take your whole motor apart and then take it to a machine shop for 8cc. I know you can go a lot faster with 8 more cc. It makes sense, but like the money involved to do it doesn't seem reasonable to me. Oh, look, Instagram. What did you do with the blue Zuma that you were going to build and give away? Oh, it's still there. It's sitting right there, and the motor's sitting right there. I was talking to my brother about picking up all those pieces and taking it to the shop, and then setting up over there, and then continue the build on it. And then get it to run right and run well, and then give it away with a title or some type of raffle or something like that. Yes, that was the purpose of buying that. The investment is still there, and eventually, hopefully, if I get some time, I can get it built out and sent out again. Chinese pumps sounds like content to me. Oklahoma and back again. Oklahoma, yeah. I mean, my daughter, she lived there for a little while. She just moved back to College Station in there. But Oklahoma, I could do that. Shane Berry, it's an addiction. You start with 1, then you're loaded with toys. Very understandable. So, yes, But I try to justify owning multiple bikes by their purpose. Zuma is my minivan. I can go grocery shopping, lots of groceries. I could run errands. I could pick kids up from swim, from school. I can go anywhere I feel like it. Yay. And then I got the CBR 650R, so I could go ride very far. I could do long distance rides with my buddies. I could do track days and all that other stuff. But then I have my Zuma, which is my pride and joy, I suppose, my favorite child of the family. I take it to car shows and all sorts of stuff, show it off. And then now I have the Marketplace Ruckus, which is obviously channel related. It may end up that I'll build this out and do a raffle on this one too. I don't know. So far, I don't want to do that, but you'll never. It's hard to insure a lot of bikes. It gets really expensive. Anyways, thanks for the 21 thumbs up so far. 17. We've been holding a pretty good amount of people in here, more than normal. So I really appreciate everyone taking the time to hang out with me. I know it's like, if you're in Central Time, it's almost 11 o'clock, so it's relatively late. But it is the weekend. And if you're here watching me right now, I'm keeping you from going to the bars and drinking and driving, right? I'm doing everyone a favor to keep everyone safe in this world. Oh, it's midnight in Georgia. Okay, that's Eastern time though. Yeah, Shane Berry, yes, and that's very true. And you always have to find a way to justify it to your wife. My wife doesn't even care anymore. She used to care. She doesn't care. She's like, you're just going to buy it anyway. Or you're just going to keep bugging me about buying it. So she lets me buy bikes. And I let her buy hair treatments, coloring and cutting and fingernails. How about that? I mean, it's a decent trade, right? You know, keeps her happy, keeps me happy. Everybody's happy. Lone Wolf, Texas is the only state that can fly its state flag higher than the U.S. flag. I did not know that. Is that true? Why is that? Why can we fly ours higher than the U.S. flag? I'd like to know the reason why. Paul, I have TRS clip-on bars and a Trailtech Vapor. Thinking about going with the Rook City bars. Oh yeah, those bars, the machine where you put I've known people who have put the Trailtech on their bikes with a mount or something on there, and people walk by and like rip them off and steal them because you can unplug it and take it. I mean, it's just screws on the bottom of it. And then just go buy the sensors from Amazon and put it on their own bike or resell it. It's crazy how easily you can transfer it to another bike. It's not like it's coded to your bike or anything like that, or for a specific bike. It's universal, so they can use it on whatever the heck they feel like it. What I like about those bars is it's inset inside that aluminum and then bolted easily from the bottom. Yeah, it's worth the money to me. It is, and then it's adjustable by several inches on the bars. Lee from Ruck City, he likes to keep his really tight in, like clip-ons on a CBR or on a sport bike. I kind of like mine fanned out a little bit because I sit more upright and it's better for my wrists. It's worth the money. It is, and it's not like and the reason they're so expensive is because it's not like other things that other people make where they make thousands of them at a time or hundreds and hundreds of them. Like he makes them in sets of 10, I believe, sells them all out, makes another order, gets 10 more, and brings them in because that's a lot of initial investment to get that done. So I think they're worth it. To me, they're great. Tell Lee I said that. I think they're wonderful. Roy says I own a modded van, but got stolen a long time ago. Yeah, that stinks. Rock on, Oklahoma. It's midnight in Georgia. It's midnight in Michigan. And you've been talking for 2 days now. Okay. I think Ronnie might remember this, but a long time ago during Christmas, I wanted to try to do a 48 or 72-hour live stream during Christmas, and I accidentally left the radio on in the garage playing Christmas music, and YouTube alerted me to saying that I'm playing copyrighted music, and I was asleep. And I got a copyright strike, and they banned me from live stream for 3 months because I left the radio on there. A Tiguan. A Tiguan. Yes, I have a Tiguan, if that's what you're asking. My wife has a Tiguan. Isn't a Tiguan a type of lizard? Anyways, Warfield. My kids have staged a rebellion against bedtime. I'm here for the long haul, hidden from them. So I let my kids stay laid up on the weekends if they've accomplished two things, minimum of two things during the week. They have went to the majority of their swim practices, and I don't see anything in progress reports that would cause me to be upset about anything. And then they can do that. They know that, so that's their gate pass to being able to play Roblox or Overwatch or Minecraft. What else do they play? I don't know. They play lots of other cool games. The kid demanded I feed her, so we listened to the part about eating kittens while sitting in the drive-thru. Did you ask them if they had kittens? That would be better. Lone Wolf, yes, good job, Riney. You can put a flag. Can you put the American above the American? No such flag on permit may be placed above the American flag. I just Googled. It's the law. Yes, because Texas was once its own country. I'm gonna Google that. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna put that in my notes. I'm gonna Google that. Oh, my cell phone died. Great. All right. Trouble. So I told my wife once I wanted to buy a rifle, not handgun, a rifle. And she told me no because she knows my personality type. Because next thing you know, you're going to have like Small Guns Anonymous or something like that as a YouTube channel pop up. And I'll be talking about guns and stuff like that. That's just the nature of things. Like I used to have an Amazon product review channel called Cheap Stuff on Amazon. I have a YouTube channel for 3D printing called Noob 3D. There's just it's probably better that I stick with bikes and not guns. Roy, I have 4 flags in my front yard: U.S. and Texas, POW, and Marine. Navy flag 2. Lone Wolf, when I was stationed in Fort Polk, Louisiana, went to Houston Airport to pick up VIPs. Doing about 90, Texas State Trooper gave us an escort at about 110 miles per hour. Okay, sounds like something in Texas would happen. Warfield, ruck life has been great for my family, kids, ruckus rides, and dad by day, solo dad rides by night. Yeah. I intend to teach my son to ride the ruckus so he could go to swim practice on it. I don't know if that's necessarily the smartest thing in the world, but it seems natural. We were talking with my dad to my son, and he was, hold on. Coming back. Okay, so I'm worried. My dog, when she barks like that, I feel like the neighbor's dog is coming to my yard and she's gonna murder it. But last weekend, my dog came into the house and I didn't think anything of it, and I let the dog just sleep wherever. Apparently, she fought a skunk, and it smelled like gear oil to me in the house, or at least that's what I imagined. I had gear oil on my hand, and I accidentally touched my pillow, and I lay. Come to find out, it was a skunk, and the whole house smelled absolutely horrifying of this smell. I feel like I smell it again. I hope it's not. I swear, if it's a skunk again, then just let the dog back in the house. If you come visit, I'm a certified instructor on guns. Yes. As a matter of fact, if I ever take the safety thing, I probably should. Texas is its own country incorporated with the United States, that's no longer able to fly its flag higher than I don't know. I want to Google it. That's why. Thank you for researching it for me. What was I going to say? Oh, there's dogs barking all around in that side. My neighbor has dogs, and I imagine that they're barking a skunk right now, and really don't want to know if they killed it or not or something. Shane Berry. I have 89 rifles. Bought the girlfriend a 3-carat ring. Never heard her complain. Okay, there you go. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, do what it takes to keep her happy so that you don't have to explain bikes. So, like, at this point, she doesn't care if I have a million bikes in the garage. All right, so we are at 21 thumbs up for the stream. We are at an hour and 52 minutes. I'm going to start wrapping it up pretty soon. So if you have anything you need to say, please funnel it through there, and I will make sure to answer as many things as I can before we get to the end of this live stream. Uh-oh. They just let the dog back outside. Hold on. Hey, Shadow's trying to murder something out here. Okay, so if she did get sprayed by a skunk or something, because apparently my daughter just told me she smells like a skunk, so I'm gonna have to take care of that in a little bit. Your dog started to bark. Mine did too. It says higher. Yeah, man, I love Texas, and the flag is authorized to fly 10 feet higher than the U.S. flag. Okay, I'll have to verify all that. That's new to me. Oh wait, that's why I look different. There you go. Skunks are a nuisance. Yes. Ronnie disagrees. Do you have Amazon affiliate links? I do. Yes. For what? Absolutely. Just if you send me a message in Facebook Messenger, I can give you an affiliate link for it if that's what you need. Or if you have any suggestions, I can send you affiliate links. I'm going to buy the rolling wrench EVI for my Get. Think it will be a game changer. Okay, so here's the thing. That's the same thing as the NCY CDI. You need to gear your. You need to get if all you do is the CDI or the EVI or whatever they call it, the brain, whatever he calls it, you're not going to see any change. You'll be able to run your RPMs past 8,600 or 8,800, I think it is on newer ones. But you're not going to see that much of an advantage. If you put a Polini and some sliders and maybe jet up a little bit on the carb or whatever, and you start to hit the rev limiter, then yes, you'll see an advantage. So for example, the marketplace ruckus, I'm hitting the rev limiter at about 42 miles per hour now. So what that means is I could probably put a little bit heavier weights inside of there to get it to go up a little bit more. But if I want to go any faster, I'm probably going to end up having to put a CDI in to take off that rev limiter so I can go a little bit higher than that. I was born and raised in Texas, and I would never. Yes. Dogs are good. Skunks are bad. Yes. If you don't tune your CVT, even with a CDI box, yeah, exactly. You're not going to see any change in there. And like Ronnie said, you do need. If you're going to start tuning, like when I start tuning this more, I'm going to need to put a tack on here so I can monitor the RPMs, because that's how you tune a CVT. If you look at any of my older videos, I show you max speed and RPM versus slider weights, and you can see where changing the weight changes what RPM is at what speed. And what you need to do is find what works best with the condition and tune of your own motor. What's the highest safe ballpark RPM? Post and see. Don't go above 10,250 or you'll get valve float. Once you get valve float, your engine is going to poop on itself. You're going to break stuff. So I don't know if you've ever had anything with valve float before, but that's a terrible place to be. Honey glazed ham. I love honey glazed ham. Good to see you again, by the way. And yes, you are a wrench of the channel. So thank you for being here on the live stream today. Kevlar belt and CY performance variator, not quite bouncing off the rev limiter, but I'm right up there. Then yes, you will see a difference on there. If you're bouncing off of it, if you're not bouncing off of it, then I would drop the weights to slightly less and then put the CDI in, and then maybe you'll be able to push more speed. Actually, it may even work on the speeds that you're having now, the configuration of it now. Kevlar belts versus stock preferences. For the ruckus, I like the stock belt. I don't know what it is. I've put a the Bondo is the stock. I put a Polini belt in there, and I put another belt in there, and I didn't like the performance I was getting out of it. One belt gave me better takeoff, while the other belt just seemed to make everything worse on there. Valve float will drop shim. Yep, valve float the shims will fly out, and you will be in trouble. I think I got to 10-200 and got scared by the freaky sounds. Yeah, there you go. If you hear weird sounds, let go of the throttle, because that's where you're headed to, is a bad valve float time. Top speed 77 miles per hour. Now I'm getting 110. You went 110 on that thing? Wow, bud. You will lose speed with the Polini belt. So which is, but yeah, the Honda belt, the stock belt, I've replaced a worn belt with a stock belt and got better acceleration, better top speed, all sorts of stuff just by replacing the belt on there. And if you're running constantly above 9,000, if you're always hammering your throttle and all that stuff, you're going to need to change your belt. I don't want to say super often, but when your performance starts to drop after a year or two, you might want to replace your belt again. Anyways, I got to take care of this skunk thing. My dog ran into the house, and apparently she rolled over on some stuff, and now it smells like skunk inside the house. So I have to take care of that by... my wife said something about tomato sauce. Tomato sauce gets skunk smell out? I have no idea. Anyways, I really enjoyed this. I always enjoy the first live stream after multiple months of no live stream. I will try to continue to do this. I really appreciate all the people that hung out with me today. It feels good. It feels good, and I feel like I'm like reaching to the community again. Not just making videos and posting it and then just replying to comments, but like actually getting to talk to people. And thank you for all the people who have been here time and time again every time I have a live stream. Familiar names like Riney and Roy and Casey and all these people that have always been in here. Oh, Old School Dave. Yeah, Old School Dave. That's an old school name also. And new names inside of here also. But anyways, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. And there will be a video that releases tomorrow. It is a ruckus video, so I hope you guys enjoy. Thanks.